In my pre-fight analysis, I told you guys clearly that this is the kind of fight where the favorite is most likely going to lose. Nobody gave Sean Strickland a chance to beat Israel Adesanya comprehensively by unanimous decision. But I told you guys before this fight, I told you clearly and crystal. I said, if Israel Adesanya comes into this fight thinking he's going to just take a walk in the park, it's just not going to happen. And remember the two narratives. Alex Pereira beat Sean Strickland by second round knockout, and Alex Pereira moved up to beat Jan Blachowicz. These are two guys that have now beat Israel Adesanya. In essence, Pereira has beat two people that Israel Adesanya has failed to beat. So this just looks all around bad. Now, I'm just going to take you guys to what the Twitter, followers are saying and how they are piling up on Israel after this devastating loss. Nobody believes it, but then it has already happened. And by all accounts, Sean Strickland took him to the cleaners. It was clear. There was no debating. In fact, by some people's opinion, the ref should have stopped the fight from the first round when Sean seemed to knock Israel out cold. But Israel sort of survived. So he went the full 5 rounds and Sean beat Israel Adesanya convincingly. Like I told you, if I was a betting man, I would have put my money on the lesser man to win. Because this is the kind of fight that looks so easy on paper, but then when you step into the match or into the octagon, as the case may be, you find out quickly that things are just not going to go the way everybody thinks it will. Now to Twitter. One thing I must definitely do is to commend Israel Adesanya for his reaction and composure after Sean Strickland seemed to knock him out in the first round. He managed to survive and was alert all through as he let the referee know that he was not in any type of trouble. A lot of fans were saying the ref should have called the fight at that point, but that tells you that even in the Pereira fight, where it seemed like Israel scored a lucky shot, he knew exactly what he was doing. And even in the first fight, I might want to argue that if the ref had left it a few more seconds, Izzy might have survived. Now, Sean cracked him real good. He almost knocked him out cold, and Sean had the opportunity to finish him, but Sean was unable to, despite scoring a barrage of many punches. Another thing I must also do is to commend Sean Strickland for standing on feet from the first round to the 5th round and taking Israel Adesanya to deep waters without wrestling or without sniffing crotches, as Jorge Masvidal will put it. So Sean Strickland went there, stood on feet with Israel Adesanya, one of the best, if not the best striker in the UFC, and outpointed him unanimously. It was not doubtful. There was no doubt about what Sean Strickland did to Israel Adesanya. Lastly, Dana White has already said that the rematch is next. And the reason is simple. For most people that are still confused, Israel has lapped the middleweight division for years now. There is almost no opponent that you can put in front of him that you will say he is worthy of fighting Israel first before Israel can then go on to get a title shot. That's just the simple truth about it. He has beat Costa. It's only Hamzat that he hasn't beat as far as those that are in the middleweight division that have a reputation, right? So if Hamzat eventually beats Costa, then you can start talking about Izzy versus Hamzat. But as it stands now, even with Duplessis beating Robert Whittaker, Duplessis pulling out of the match with Israel Adesanya is the reason why this particular fight with Sean Strickland happened in the first place. And according to Dana White, he's not a fan of fighters who pull out of fights for any reason at all, because it seems like Duplessis' injury was actually a hoax. It was not real. So be prepared. Israel Adesanya might just be the first middleweight champion of the UFC to do it 3 times.